We all build walls. Whether we see them or not, we all build walls. From the time we're little, we figure out how to be good at hiding behind things. I watch my little kids build little forts and little places to hide. They love hide and seek. It's one of their favorite games. And my 3-year-old Maisie doesn't quite understand the concept of hiding because she'll get under something, and just the other day I ripped a blanket off of her and she covered her eyes like this and she giggled like she had fooled me. And I just, as parents, we can look at that and laugh and say, silly girl, you can't hide from me by covering your eyes. And I know I'm guilty of the same thing with God. I build invisible walls to protect myself. I say, God, you can only come this far. And then I keep him away. And all the while, he's looking at me and he's saying, silly girl, you can't hide from me by covering your heart. In Deuteronomy 31 and Joshua 1, God's calling Joshua to lead the Israelites to the promised land. But one giant set of walls stands between them. And what struck me in that story as I recently read it again was it wasn't Joshua's battle to fight. We often sang that song or heard the story Joshua and the Battle of Jericho, but it was really God's battle. All Joshua had to do was obey. And then God broke down the walls. After reading that recently, I was compelled to write a song about it. I had to put it to story that God was revealing walls in my heart, in my life, that I feel like as believers we still build them. And the picture of Jericho and seeing those massive city walls coming crumbling down, the power of our God who can break down walls, putting that all together to declare and proclaim a declaration of surrender for our body. It's a powerful thing because we build walls between us in relationships. We build walls in our hearts where we say, God, you can only come this far. And there are walls before us like Joshua, like Jericho, a stumbling block between where God was calling him and where he was. And I believe God's calling us as a church to move forward. And there's some Jerichos in our wall, in our places. So this morning we're going to sing this song. We're going to teach it to you. We're going to sing it again next week. But I want to challenge you to do something. I want to ask you to ask yourselves a few questions. Ask yourselves, where am I building walls in relationships? Where are there walls before me that are keeping me from walking and obeying and surrendering to God? And where are there walls in my heart where I say, God, you can't go any further because it's messy under here. We think we're protecting ourselves, but we're not. God wants to break down those walls. So let's boldly declare that this morning and ask him to break down those walls. Break down these walls like Jericho. Break down these walls like Jericho. the